Hi, thanks for joining me today on my channel. This is Discovering My YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out, is monetization important? Because the old YouTube experts would tell you, yeah, it's the way to go. You got to get monetized because that's how you grow your YouTube and you can actually start making money. Yay. But the new YouTubers, and they're really the same people, are now switching over to something else. So is monetization important? Well, it's kind of like this for me. It's a stepping stone. Now, before I dive into that, I just want to let you know I am right now trying to get myself monetized by the end of August. It's the beginning of May, so I'm at 15 subscribers. If you can subscribe and like, that would help on my channel. Help me get to 100 by the end of May. I'm gonna do it in steps, so 100, 250, 500, and then that last month I got to go from 500 to 1,000. So from now till the end of May, if you can help me hit 100, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so from there, I do have also, I have some tips for new YouTubers, things that you definitely want to look at, because I feel like the experts kind of skip out on some of those stuff. So check out my link below. Now let's go back to those experts and kind of how they're changing. So, when I finally decided I was going to be a YouTuber who was going to be a YouTuber and kind of make it my thing, I started watching all the experts and all the different advice, and they all kind of told the same thing, but they all had their own little differences. Some of them were completely annoying, and I don't know how they got to be on YouTube. Like, I listened to them talking, I'm like, I can't listen to you anymore. And others were like interesting, and they kind of had this little like nuance to them. And the thing is, the ones that I found annoying, they were still getting like hundreds of thousands of views and millions of views. Like, they were obviously popular, and it seemed like, well, they must know what they're doing because they're doing so well and so many people watch them, so people must watch them for a reason. But now they've all decided, I can make more money if I do this. So they're starting to switch over, and you can see little by little I'm seeing new videos come out with all these experts, and they're not worried about telling you how to get monetized, and they're not worried about telling you how to do this, that, and the other thing. They're just like, get 10,000 viewers, get 1,000 of those viewers to buy a product from you and sell it to them for $1,000 because you're an expert. And so they're now pandering to YouTubers who have money. And I think that is such a strange thing for me, because the whole YouTube is moving to that. So what is important if you want to be a YouTuber who doesn't have money, doesn't have, and I shouldn't say you don't have money, but I mean, you don't have money to just blow up $1,000 or $2,000 on all these different courses that they're putting out there. Or maybe you are doing YouTube for a different reason than just doing business. Now, let's be honest, if you don't make money, it's harder to do YouTube full-time. So there is some things you want to take from this whole new movement. But on the other hand, kind of look at it and go, wow, I really decided I wanted to be a creator. I want to create videos, and I want to find ways to participate in YouTube as a creator. So that whole change of mentality is like, that's kind of where I came from, and that's what I felt like I wasn't successful, because I was just here to try and sell something. I wanted to figure out what I could sell, what would people want to buy. And as I kind of got into YouTube, I realized, I like making videos, I like editing. I mean, to a certain extent, right? Okay, it's still editing. And I like kind of coming up with this whole story and telling people about something, or telling people how to get better, or maybe just like I'm doing right now, having a discussion about, is this, the right way to go? So let's go back a step here, and this is what I kind of came up with. Well, monetization, no matter which way you're going, is still kind of important, because if you're not monetized, you're not getting any views, essentially. Now, you only need 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours in a year. So if you break that down, it's only 1,000 watch hours every 3 months. Looks like 300 a month, right? So that's not a ton of people watching your videos. And even if you're going to go the direction that all these new experts are heading into, if you don't have viewers and you're not monetized, you're probably not going to get enough business unless you have a very specific niche or sub niche where you can have 200-300 users and each one of them is going to spend 10,000 to buy one of your products. In that case, you're really not even worried about YouTubing. You're just trying to figure out how to get 1 or 2 new people maybe a month, or maybe even 5 to 10 a year. That's going to be enough for you to sell your $10,000-$20,000 product. But most of us don't have that. Like, for instance, I'm trying to do a little bit of this by showing people like this. These are the basics of what you need to know about YouTube before you get started. So I created a checklist, and I have that checklist down below in the description. But do I think that checklist is going to make me millions of dollars? Well, no, because right now, most people are going, well, you haven't even been monetized. Why would I buy your checklist? Well, that's true. And maybe my checklist isn't as good as somebody else's, but I can guarantee it's a lot cheaper than $1,000. So for the people who can't afford the $1,000, maybe they're coming to my checklist because, well, they don't know anything, and $5 is a lot easier to kind of stomach if you don't like it than if you pay $1,000. Maybe. So that may help me get to a point where I learn more about how to make my YouTube into a business. But until I get monetized, I'm probably more likely not going to be something that YouTube is going to spend that much time promoting. So back to that whole process in my mind again is I still need to get monetized. I still need to do the old way and get past the steps of, getting accepted by YouTube. YouTube's got to, I guess, promote my product, right? So that means the people they show it to are lining up with what YouTube thinks it is. So the impressions get clicks, and the clicks get views where people actually stay on, and I'm getting those watch hours as opposed to like watch seconds. And the whole process comes back to me not being able to spend thousands of dollars on a course. Now I just have to go back to being a YouTuber. And what is a YouTuber? Well, someone who is sharing information, someone who is entertaining, someone who is building videos that are worth watching. So I'm hoping whatever I'm putting out there, there's enough people who look at it and go, yeah, there's value in this. I'm learning something from it. And every time I try and make a new video, I'm trying to be more precise, more organized, and hopefully make a better quality video. Now that's mostly up to the people watching. And again, if I'm getting lots of impressions but I'm not getting clicks, I have to improve my thumbnail. I have to improve my title. Once I start getting clicks, I have to make sure I'm putting in a good hook. I'm giving good information. I'm making a quality video with good sound, or good enough sound. And each time I make that step, I'm hopefully getting more people. And back to what the gurus used to say, make lots and lots of videos until the algorithm finds your niche of people who click on your video and watch it and like it. And then you too can get monetized. You might even go viral. All right, so again, click subscribe and like. We'll see you for the next video. I hope that helps you if you're new to put it in perspective about trying to get monetized or trying to be a business. And, follow along, see how I do. See you next time.